guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. Okay, we're on the final, company of console manufacturers, and there's only 2 to go. I don't have an Xbox One, so let's get it going. Yeah. House of the Dead 3, I usually give a little introduction to what the console meant to me, but I don't know, I kind of just bought the original Xbox in 2005? Very shortly before the 360 came out, and just had a few games and just started playing it then. It was weird, but yeah, House of the Dead 3. Brilliant game, for sure. Did they ever release light gun support? Okay, so there was an Xbox light gun. I can't say I've ever seen that. Yeah, it comes with an unlockable version of House of the Dead 2, which I don't think I ever did. I love how it literally says in the box, unlockable version of House of the Dead 2. That wouldn't really lie today, you know. It would be like, you'd either get it right away or you'd have to pay for it. But that's quite nice. So, but yeah, House of the Dead, real big fan of the series, obviously. So, yeah. Right, here we have Panzer Dragoon Orta. Sega did a lot for the original Xbox, you know? I don't know, I think back then, Microsoft and Sega were just really good chums, and they just made a shitload of games for the console. But yeah, this was a sequel to the Panzer Dragoon series, and it was fucking brilliant, you know. Big fan of Panzer Dragoon as well, and this is... Is it the best Panzer Dragoon game? I don't know, but it's up there. It's definitely up there. Definitely play this if you can. You can actually play it on a Xbox One now, so if you've got that console, go for it. Right, next up I have Project 02. I played this game a lot on the PS2. I think I was talking about this because I have the Wii remake that came out as well. But yeah, this has a bunch more features on it that the PS2 version didn't. I'm not completely up on the comparisons. I think I only ever played this version once, Day. Project 02 is one of my all-time favourite games, absolutely. So, nice to have, nice to have. Here we have Dreamfall. What's the full title? The Longest Journey. Now, The Longest Journey was a point-and-click game for PC, and it's one of my favourite point-and-click games there is. And this game is the sequel to it, and it's good, but I definitely prefer The Longest Journey. For reasons that I actually can't quite remember. It's been that long since I fucking played them. And I've not even played Dreamfall Chapters, which was the follow-up game to this, you know, that's been out on Steam and that for ages. I really should get round to that. But yeah, Dreamfall. Okay. Here we have Gun Valkyrie. Some sort of new IP that Sega made by Smilebite. I really love those guys, but I've popped this game in multiple times and I'm just I never have fun, you know? It's maybe I'm playing it wrong or something, I don't know, but yeah, don't have too much to say about this one. Gun Valkyrie. We have Max Payne. I think I have the sequel on original Xbox as well, but yeah, Max Payne's really good, I dig it. Best played on PC though, you know, mouse and keyboard really works well with the bullet time effect and stuff, but I played it on this as well and it was good. On the Xbox, that is. Okay. Oh, here it is here. Yeah, here's Max Payne 2. Much of the same stuff, different story and all that. But yeah, also enjoyable. Here is Munchies Odyssey. I'm ashamed to say that I've never beaten this game. I do remember enjoying it, and I like the fact that, you know, it's obviously in the same world as Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus, but they tried a whole new character, they tried all other stuff. They brought it to 3D fairly well. I've just not beaten it yet. And this was a launch title or something for the Xbox, wasn't it? So, yeah, but there you go, Munchies Odyssey. Okay. Halo 2, more like Galo 2. I heard that all the time when I was growing up, okay? I was a teenager, leave me alone. But, yeah, Halo, it's a series that earns respect, for sure. Not as into it myself. You know, I can play the games. I'm looking forward to the Master Chief Collection on Steam. I'll play that. And, yeah, so this is just... That's all I really got to say. Sorry. I think I have the original here somewhere. Voodoo Vince. Amazing original 3D platformer for the Xbox. It's on Steam now. Definitely give this a go if you haven't. It's quite a unique game. Here is The Warriors by Rockstar, based off the film from I don't remember what decade the film came out. It's a really good film, by the way. You should watch it. But yeah, this game was basically what you could call You know, like the sort of arcade beat-em-up games like Streets of Rage, Double Dragon. This is basically a 3D interpretation, a modernization of the genre, done in a way that I think no other game really has done well. It's really, really good. Highly recommend it. Honest to God, guys, play that. Right, what's this? Azuric Rise of Parathea. I have no fucking idea what this game is. I just own it. Same with this. Here's Nightcaster Defeat the Darkness. I own this. Okay, here we go. Time Splitters 2. Originally I had this on the PS2 and played it the most on the PS2, but I think I got rid of it at some point and picked it up here again on the Xbox. I really, really love this game. You know, I've not actually popped in the Xbox version, so I don't know how well it is compared to PS2. I can't imagine it would be that much worse. But yeah, Time Splitters. Love it. So good. Here is the original Splinter Cell. You heard about this game a lot back in the day, you know? Like, it was originally a sort of Xbox exclusive, and then it came to PS2, but the PS2 version was a bit wank. So you're definitely better off playing the games on Xbox. So, yeah. And here we are, they're together. Here are the Blinks games, Blinks 1 and Blinks 2. I remember, I always, like, when I think of Blinks, I always think about the fact that it came out on the exact same day as Ratchet and Clank. Which one do you think had the bigger impact? So, yeah, that honestly represents my sort of, like, viewpoint of Blinks quite perfectly. So, yeah, there you go. Here is Serious Sam, classic game. I played it on Steam, never played this Xbox version. I have no idea if it's any good or not, but yeah, there you go. Here is Fahrenheit, fucking cash converter sticker, gotta love it. I think I've defended this game before. I really like Fahrenheit. You know, David Cage, he made good games at one point, or at least good stories, you know. Even though a lot of people still rip on the story to Fahrenheit, or it's called Indigo Prophecy in other places. Next game. Okay, here is Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, the third one. All the Splinter Cell games were really good, I think, you know. Do I own Pandora's Tower? Not Pandora's Tower, that's a fucking Wii game. Pandora Tomorrow. Was that the name of the second one? I can't remember. We'll see if I've got it. Here is Headhunter Redemption. I really like the first Headhunter on the Dreamcast. Never actually popped this in. I have no idea if it's any good or not. Sequel to the critically acclaimed Headhunter. It was alright, you know. Actually, I did really like it, but I don't remember it being critically acclaimed per se. But yeah, there's Headhunter Redemption. Jade Empire. I played this a couple of times back in the day, because I remember I got it quite close to when I got my Xbox. I was just looking for games to play on my Xbox, so I made a few like impulse buys back in the day. I actually remember The Warriors. That was an impulse buy just to play on the Xbox, even though it was also on the PS2. But yeah, this it's an alright. Not my sort of game. I'm not a Western RPG sort of guy, but it was alright. Here we have Psychonauts, classic. Not too much I can say there that I haven't already, is there? And here is Still Life, a point-and-click adventure game that also just happened to be on the Xbox. And a really good one. I love me some point-and-click games, especially these sort of like detective-style ones, you know? Can really get engrossed in them, so yeah, I dig that. I need to play the sequel, actually. The sequel's about... In fact, I think I own the sequel here somewhere. Okay. Shenmue 2. I remember seeing this on the shelves in a shop. You know, the Dreamcast had long since died. I was still a big Shenmue fan, and I freaked the fuck out. I was like, oh, Shenmue 2 on the Xbox! And I quickly had to go do some research, and I was glad to find out that there wasn't anything too different to this compared to the Dreamcast version that I fell in love with. Obviously, there were some graphical improvements, but it also came with, Shenmue the movie, which was the DVD, okay? And I don't have the manual for this. That's always bothered me. I have Shenmue the movie in here. Mind you, I'm pretty much always going to play the Dreamcast version of Shenmue 2. Or, actually, now I'm probably going to play the HD version, but yeah, that's still nice to have, for sure. Okay, here we have Outrun 2 and Outrun 2006, which I think is more like an upgrade than a full sequel to this game. But yeah, Outrun 2 is fucking phenomenal. Just a really, really amazing follow-up to a classic arcade game. It's a lot of fun. It's so fun to drift. It was made by it was made by AM2, but I think Sumo Digital handled this Xbox version, and, you know, it's like, the drifting and all that feels very Sumo-esque, you know, from, like, the Sonic Racing Transform games. I don't know, but it's really good. I really like this. And, yeah, I don't think I've even popped this version in yet, so I really should do that at some point. But, yeah, cool. Here we have Jet Set Radio Future, and this copy is utter shit. It is so banged up, the manual's not here, the disc is fucked. I've been meaning to replace this for the longest fucking time, honestly. Because I've not played this anywhere near as much as I played the original. I actually only played it once, and it was actually just a few months ago. I played through it again. I just brought out the Xbox. I'm like, you know what? I want to play for Jet Set Radio Future. And it was just as good as I remember, maybe even a little bit better. And yeah, I can honestly, a part of me wants to say, yeah, this game is better than the original, but my heart won't let me. I have too much attachment to the original. Original is still fantastic, as is this, so yeah. Give us a HD version of that one, Sega. Okay. Speaking of Sega, here's a couple of games that... Okay, Otoge. These games are from Software, the Dark Souls guys, okay? And I've popped in the first game for a bit, and it didn't quite grasp me. I don't think I gave it enough time. But yeah, there was a sequel to it, and yeah, I need to... A lot of people really like these games, and I need to like give them more of a chance. So yeah. Otoge. Otoge 1 and 2. They're here. Grabbed by the Ghoulies. This was one of the very few games that Rare made for the Xbox after Microsoft obviously bought them out. I think they realised the mistake that they made quite shortly after it. But I love that, from the creators of Donkey Kong Country and Banjo-Kazooie. Did Nintendo let them put Donkey Kong on the cover of this? I don't know, but it's here anyway, so yeah. Alien Hominid. This is from... Oh, what the fuck's his name? The guy that makes Super Meat Boy. This was him, wasn't it? Shit. Can't remember his name, but yeah. Alien Hominid. Okay, here we have Legacy of Kain Defiance. I've talked about Legacy of Kain a couple of times during these videos. Big fan of the series, and this was like the final game of it where you got to play as Raziel and Kain. Need to play this again, because I have a feeling that if I go back to this, I'm not going to like it as much as I remember liking it. So maybe I should just leave it. But yeah, that's that. Toe Jam and Earl, what's the mission to Earth? Toe Jam and Earl 3, I should say. I've had this for years, and I think I like popped it in for a few minutes or something. And I've since then become a fairly big Toe Jam and Earl fan. I played like the original on the Mega Drive, finally, and found myself really liking it. I love like the roguelike nature of it. It's so, all the randomly generated stuff that you do in it. Way better than like the sequel, Panic on Funkatron, which was the game I was mostly familiar with. So yeah, I need to go back to this, because a lot of people did apparently like this one. So maybe eventually. It's yeah, Toe Jam and Earl. Okay. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I got partway through this game years ago and stopped. I don't know why I stopped, because I was enjoying it. It's recently been like re-released on Steam, and I think it's on Switch and PS4 as well. So I have options to play it, so I really should get round to it. So yeah, it's one of those like classic 3D platformers, I suppose. SSX3. Never played an SX game before. It's snowboarding, what can I say? Here it is. Here's Pandora Tomorrow. There we go. And yeah, it's good. Here's Dead or Alive 3. Now, I've talked about a bunch before that I'm quite a big fan of Dead or Alive. And this was the game that kind of really wanted me to get the original Xbox. I remember seeing this being played in a shop, and it was just so slick looking, you know. I was like fairly familiar with Dead or Alive 2 on the Dreamcast, but this just looked so much better, and I was just like, you know, it was like, the graphics were like grabbing me more so. It was really my first taste of what the original Xbox could do over the PS2. So yeah, got a lot of like fondness for this one for that reason. I don't think I even really played it that much by the time I even got the actual game tape, which is weird, but yeah, Dead or Alive 3, good shit. Okay, here is Obscure. This is a really, like, iffy survival horror game. I do remember playing this and I didn't like it that much. Can't remember too much about it, though, to be fair, but that's that. Here is Malice. I don't know what this is. It's a game. I own it. And the last game, why do I always end these in such a, you know, not a highlight or whatever. It's friggin' like the first Ghost Recon. I've never played it, so yeah, there we go. That was the original Xbox, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We have one more console to go. I'm looking at them right now. See you in that video, okay? See you after. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.